Artists of the cloud. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for showing. Today is the first day of the AI Masterclass. I've got Joey, Felicia, Andre, and ISI Marketing. I forgot who ISI Marketing. Oh, there's Tanzila. That's half the class. Awesome. Morning. ISI Marketing. I forgot. Who is this?
So this is Julio. Julio.
Oh, hey, Julio.
Let me
What's
change
up,
my name here.
Caesar? All right, people are really showing up now. I'm going to give it another minute or two because people are showing up for this class. Hello, young lady.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
You too.
5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Awesome. Maybe no one will show up in the night and I can not do the nighttime one. Okay, so let's get started. Thank you for coming, everybody. As we mentioned, let's see here. I gotta go forward. So today is the start of the live AI Masterclass with me, your host, Josh Rosenfeld. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for signing up. And thank you for your interest in learning more than what I've already been showing in the regular challenges. What do you get being number one? So you guys are the first live class. So you're going to be with me live. So I'm going to take the content that we make over the next week, and then I'm going to make a for pay masterclass that is on my website. So if you ever want to do a masterclass, you don't have all the content yet, a great way to do it is to invite people to your first class and build it with them, because then your recorded material and your final product would just be that much better than if you just made it all in a vacuum. So you could always, you're a VIP, so you could always hit me up throughout this class on school, on Facebook, wherever you want to help you out all week and anything you have going on with your business. So just so you know, I've committed to 20 hours this week of my time to work with you all. I said I would give each of you at least 1 hour minimum of one-on-one bot building, troubleshooting, whatever it is you need for your business, while everyone watches and hopefully, chimes in with some good suggestions and comments. So to help make your bots better, because a lot of eyes are going to be looking at it. And yeah, again, thanks so much for coming. So who am I? I think I know all of you from my group. I've been an engineer since 1993. I'm old. Started out working at Apple in the 90s. My last job was at Zillow as a creative director. I got laid off. I got into lead gen. It's always interested me. I was doing pretty good with electrician leads. They weren't calling them back. They weren't doing a good job with the leads. So I got into AI a couple of years ago, as I think a few of you has as well. And here we are now. David Sunshine. Whole full class. Hello, David. So I got into AI over the last couple of years, and here we are now. You're all the Chatbot Challenge. Thank you so much. So here's some basic ground rules. Be nice. Don't be annoying. We're in no rush. We have a week. If you need it, like I said, if you have any extra help, feel free to hit me up anytime this week and try to have fun. This is a happy class. This is shouldn't be stressful for anybody. So I'd like to know a little bit about you now before we get fully started. I'd like everyone to, I'm going to take notes here so I can put it in my workflow document. Then I'll show you all the content that I have waiting for you all. So I'd like to get started just real quickly going through the group that we have here, which is a bunch of you, 7 out of 10. That's fantastic. So I'm going to go through it. I just kind of want everyone to give me their name, and I'll share this. You can all see me building this. So you have access to this document. I'm going to show you all the documents in a second, but I'm building this live in real time. So this is what I'm going to share with you. And then each day I'll share the individual notes with you. And when we're done with this little exercise, I'll share all this stuff. So again, my promise is you'll get at least an hour of one-on-one training. You'll get access to all this course materials after completion. If I make a course from this group of 10 will get free access to that course. And then when you're done, I'm going to give you all a Chat Master certificate. You can redeem it at McDonald's or anywhere that takes GoHighLevel automated certificates. All right, cool. So your commitment to me is you will be engaged and positive throughout the course. You'll take and give input to your fellow classmates. You will not share this material with anyone, I would hope. and you will not record anything without my permission. Recordings will be made available to all of you. Okay. So let's go through the class real quick. And I'm just going to go through one by one and say hi. And I'm going to go for the top of my list. David, you're at the top of my list. David Sunshine.
Thanks, man. My name is David Sunshine. I live in Peru. Since the past 4 years, I've worked in Silicon Valley and have worked for startups. Let's see, my skills have been in CRM administration on a technical side. My interests are in being my own boss and having flexibility to be with my family and continue to live here. And right now, I'm specifically interested in this course because, I have some clients. There's definitely more interested people.
What niche? What niche, David?
I have somebody's using my CRM and basically paying for my CRM. They're in the yoga niche, but I'm not like working for them anymore. But at some point I might. I have somebody else who's in I actually don't have a niche. I'm just basically doing pipelines and ad campaigns. I'm nicheless I don't have a funnel, right? So I'm working with my friend who's working on his bridal veil store in Los Angeles, who needs like local foot traffic and e-commerce purchases. So I'm working on that. And I'm also working with a small surf school in Lima, who just is basically, I'm just passing traffic to him. So I kind of have a variety of areas that I'm interested in, but my ideal niche is working with basically wellness practitioners, studios, like independent owners of their business who are doing things that are, for the wellness of people, and who don't generally have like a technical knowledge and are needing some kind of marketing and lead generation services.
Are you using GoHighLevel for your CRM?
Of course, yeah.
Okay,
cheapest so far, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, David. All right, Caesar. Tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you from? What are you into? What's your niche? What do you want to learn?
Well, I'm just getting started.
Okay.
Myself. Lost it. I've been a life insurance agent for the last 10 years. Yeah.
Is that your niche, or you want to learn about bots? Is life insurance?
Yeah, I actually do
cool.
want to create a little bit, something there.
That's a good one.
I actually have one client that I'm hoping to set something up for as well. It's just another one of my life insurance friends, and we're just trying to build that. But the main reason I got into this was my daughter just recently got her degree as well in marketing or business management, and I'm hoping I can help her build a business for herself as well.
Awesome.
And work with her.
We'll build you a cool life insurance bot.
Fantastic. So, and I'm in Texas, South Texas. So
okay. Do you use GoHighLevel at all? How beginner?
I do.
Okay.
Well, I have GoHighLevel. I guess I'm in the beginner.
You know what it is, though.
State, but yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I've had it for almost a year, but we haven't had any clients.
Right.
So I've been
so
tinkering
you have an
around with it.
agency. So you're starting an agency, and David, you have an agency, right? Both of your
Correct,
agency
yes.
owners. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I've got Andre next. Thank you, Cesar.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh. Hi, everyone. From Montreal, Canada. For myself, I've been involved for, I guess, a solid year, so I'm quite familiar with CloseBot and GoHighLevel. My problem was, well, obviously I wasn't quite in full time for personal reasons, as you Josh know, and so I was bouncing everywhere here and there, and I never really found my lane. So I think that's what kind of was holding me back, is like finding my lane and just stick to it. Yeah, so my agency, find a client, lose a client. It's been like that like for the last year. Um, and yeah, so my expectations here is, first of all, I love the way you teach, and it gets me thinking. It just seems like every time you teach something, it kind of puts us on another trail, in our reality. So I'm just looking to kind of find my lane here with bots and voice bots and moving forward, with confidence, I guess.
What niche are we going to do with you? Are we still going to do restaurant, pizza?
Yeah, well, that's what
I
we
think that'd
talked
be a fun
about. Yeah,
one.
for sure. It could be
That'd be a
fun.
fun
Yeah,
one.
taking orders. Yeah,
Yep.
that could be
Perfect for
fun.
answering the phone. I mean, I answered the phone at the pizza place once. I didn't like it. Like one of my
But
first jobs in Detroit.
well, I spent years in the hospitality industry, and let me tell you, that phone rings nonstop. So,
We'll get
yeah,
into answering how to answer your phones with AI.
yeah.
Thank you, Andre.
Yeah.
Felicia, I see you next.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Felicia Westerland, and I have an agency as well, like everybody else, I guess.
Yeah.
My agency is web development. Actually, I'm recently launching like a full startup launch kit, which includes all web design, graphics,
So
marketing services, all A to Z for a new business.
you're SMMA, you're a social media marketing agency, essentially.
Yeah, we do that and we do the chatbot and we do basically anything related to your business online. We're doing the whole package.
What's your niche?
My niche is kind of like it's not very narrowed down right now, but
Okay.
my current clients have all been like either appointment based businesses or educators because I'm a previous educator as well. And so I help them build courses, classes,
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
also like the appointment setting stuff. So like if they want any of their, if they're selling their time, like I work with a skin cancer clinic in
Hmm,
Australia, so
okay,
working with her pretty heavily. And yeah,
awesome,
anything related to those two areas, I'm mostly focused on.
awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. What time is it over there?
I'm not in Australia. I'm
Oh,
actually in Texas too.
oh, good. Okay. Well, I know what
Houston.
time it is there.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Felicia. Who else? Tanzela.
Good morning.
Morning. Good to see
Um,
you.
Agency as well. Getting started. So I'm a beginner. I'm kind of between like three different niches that I want to choose from. Whether it's landscaping, uh, garage door, businesses, or pest control. Are my top three, and maybe decking. I'm kind of going back and
What,
forth.
what's the fourth one?
Patio and decking.
Oh, Dex. Okay,
Yep.
got it. So home services. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Why'd you pick these four niches in home services?
I just don't. I hear a lot about landscaping, but I really don't hear a lot of people talk about those niches. Which I'm pretty sure there are people in those niches, but you always hear about plumbing and HVAC and all those. But they throw those out so much that nobody actually talks about these niches right here,
Okay.
which is kind of why I kind of
Well,
chose
we'll
them.
pick
Not
one
saying
and
that there's nobody in there, but
there are, I
you
mean,
don't
I've
have.
seen a pest control guy who's really into AI and appointment setting. So they are hitting that industry. And there's fairly room in that
Yeah,
industry.
right, right,
Is there
right.
repeat buys? Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
We'll hook you up with one of these for sure.
Cool.
And you're in GoHighLevel and CloseBot and all that stuff.
Correct. Correct.
Awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Next we have, thank you. Thank you very much.
You welcome.
Next we have Joey Brown.
Hey, yeah,
Hey,
I'm agency as well, in North Carolina. So still relatively new. But I've been using high level for I say new, but I've been using high level since 2022 and CloseBot since 23. So
okay. So
um
not new.
yeah,
It's actually
it
experienced.
feels new to me,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I don't know. It's evolving so quick that everything still feels new. But yeah, so no marketing or sales background. I was in the military prior to this. Got out in 2020 and then kind of wandered into this AI space
Awesome.
somewhat haphazardly. But so current clients, I'm kind of all over the place. Externally though, I'm focused in the home services, specifically like roofing. It's where I've seen some pretty good success. But I also have like a mortgage loan officer. I have a business broker as a client, which is a pretty interesting one. Um, and then I've got a life insurance agent. And then that's the one that we talked about. So I was doing the leads with the AI, but now I'm actually handling the hiring with the AI. So I want to
Hmm.
focus on like lead
You're
score.
hiring insurance agents with the AI?
Correct.
Cool.
It's setting interviews.
Hmm.
It's going through and like collecting their information, their resume, qualifying, and then setting the interview.
Cool.
So,
How's that working?
great. We've hired 18 people since October.
All with AI appointment setting?
Yep.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Good.
So he's super excited about it. He every time I get on a call, it's like, how can we hire more of these people? So yeah, I want to go into more like externally facing. I'm still kind of like the home services as far as like my marketing advertising, but most of my business is referrals. And so this whole like using AI applicant slash lead scoring
Yeah.
for like hiring is really
Okay.
interesting to me.
We'll figure out how to do that for sure. I love doing lead scoring. Thank you, sir. Julio.
Make
You're a little frozen there.
now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, thanks.
This is Julio from Mexico, an agency for 8 years. My background is originally, so I was a pro a long time ago when we were made of wood.
Your audio's chopping in and out, Julio.
About that bad connection then.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I heard. So you have an agency. What niche?
I have different niches. Not I have car dealerships. I have
You have a car dealership? I like that one.
not. I have different clients. I have 10 clients with different niches, so I haven't decided which one exactly.
Okay.
With.
So you'll at least learn how to service multiple niches this week.
Yeah, that's that idea. Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you. So apparently, just like me, we all have an agency. We all have multiple niches. We all are familiar with the tools we're using. So that's awesome. So let's get started. So thank you. So we went through this slide here and that's it. Okay, cool. So now I've invited you all to this masterclass page or group in school. You all should have access to this. Yes. Awesome. So in here, you can see I put all your names. You can meet each other. I'll get rid of this when I put it out. There's the Zooms if you don't know, if you don't put in your calendar. Here's a rough outline of what we're gonna do based on the what niche, what what are we gonna make. So here's a rough outline. I may or may not stick to it. It's just kind of like short snippets of info. And then we have down in resources, we have workflowy documents. That's this thing here. So I highly recommend you all click on this link, get your course, and I'll put it in this chat for you too. Oh yeah. Aminos and funnel jet. Oh yes, we like aminos. So there's the workflowy in there. And then I'm also building a lucid chart that I've shared with y'all that I'll put in here as well. And this is where we're going to build our flow charts for the whole class. We'll have multiple pages in here. Okay. What else? Oh yeah. So I invited you all to this thing here. This is GoHighLevel's community. I see you all joined it. Thank you. I'm not gonna, as I'm using this thing, it's okay. I mean, clearly it's a school clone. So look in here occasionally. I don't have the app for it, so you kind of you don't see alerts, but you guys can chat in here if you want. No one else sees this but you all and us. So this is a private group right here that I made. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use it. I guess we'll find out over the week. But more than likely, or for sure, everything's going to be growing in this lucid chart. We're going to have a bunch of graphics and charts here, links. I'm going to have prompts and stuff that I'll send you. And as I work and we build your things out, I'll be taking notes to share with everybody, different techniques we're doing, things we're trying, a niche we're hitting, all that type of stuff. So before we get going, are there any questions? Oh, yes, Felicia.
Just a little quick one. The message you sent went directly, not to everyone.
Oh, that was just to you?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay, well, you got it. Here you go. All right. So again, so here is the lucid chart in the meeting, and then here is the this workflow document. Does anyone not have access to this stuff? Raise your hand if you don't. Okay, cool. Are there any questions before we get going? No. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is we're going to talk about, since you guys are already using GoHighLevel and you all know about chatbots, and I think quite a few of you have taken some of my courses. What we're going to be focusing on is a few things. I've been finding that this flow chart is really good to give the clients of exactly what they're going to get with a majority of the builds I've done, to be honest with you. It's going to handle all this stuff. And then the lead forms ads is kind of an ad hoc bot, because not everyone's doing lead forms. But I've been finding once I build this bot, it's really easy to copy that and make a messenger bot. So we're going to build this for your business if you don't already have it. If you do have it, we're going to look through it and make sure that it's set up right. So this is going to be using GoHighLevel and CloseBot. The reason we use CloseBot, tell Felicia uses a program called Aminos, which is a really great tool. It's a lot cheaper than CloseBot, but it is somewhat limited in that it doesn't have the objectives that we kind of like. So Felicia, hopefully you'll get to see us. You'll get to understand why we prefer CloseBot, but I will try to work with your stuff too, because I am curious as how Aminos works. It's a lot cheaper than CloseBot. And also, as an aside, you guys might have seen yesterday, apparently China released an AI that's open source that's 95% cheaper than OpenAI. I mean, it totally tanked the stock market this morning. So that's an interesting development as of this morning. So then we'll get into slightly more advanced stuff here. So this is a flow chart for a really advanced, super advanced voice bot. But we're going to try to build something similar to this. So what this does is the same conversation can come in via chat or SMS like we did over here. We're going to add the voice component to it. Okay. So today we're going to handle incoming voice calls. We're going to handle taking the voice calls using a tool called Make, which allows us to run some code. And then we're going to send that back to GoHighLevel to text message. So for instance, I'll show you some examples where the voice AI will be like, hey, do you want to schedule an appointment? Sure. Okay, cool. Let me send you a text link. Boom. And then you schedule on your phone. There's no conversational AI yet on voice AI. It's possibly something that could be done, but I'm finding, as you might see too, that the links direct to the phone are slightly better. And then this is what we'll probably do too, is as we talk about each of your bots, we're going to flow them out really simple. So you guys can see an easy way to make flow charts. This has been working with me talking to clients. Some clients are savvy. Some clients don't understand at all what you're doing. So as I make these different charts, I'm learning what different clients like. Like this sells. This is really easy to sell it. Look, this is all their incoming channels and all their outgoing channels. So this is an easy explanation. Clearly, this is a lot more complicated, but more expensive. And then this is really simple. I mean, this is just you talking to the client, asking what they want to do, and then building it out in CloseBot. Okay. So this is the type of this is the type of pre-work that I like to do before we build chatbots. So if you go to your masterclass in the school, I think I have it here. So we're using these tools, GoHighLevel, Vapi, and Make, as I mentioned. Is anyone doing voice right now? No one's doing voice. Awesome. Is anyone using Make for any reason? Make is like Zapier. If you know what Zapier is, it runs automated commands one after the other.
Yeah, I've got Make.
You do?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm not super familiar, but I set up like a Slack bot this weekend with it.
Okay. All this stuff is kind of free-ish to start for a couple weeks. So if you don't have any of these tools, you can sign up for them, and I'll show you how to do that when we get there. OpenAI, you don't have to. Oh, I forgot to add CloseBot in here. Let me add CloseBot in here. CloseBot is our text message tool of choice.
What's Vapi for?
I'll show you. So Vapi is for voice. When we get the voice, I'll show you. So if you guys want to see what we're going to wind up building, I'll show you. So, all right. So this is Vapi. This is the coolest. To me is the coolest thing out. And this is what I want to help you guys at least know how to do, because it's so sexy to pitch with the voice AI. Clients' mouths just are wide open, and it's as easy to build a voice AI as it is to build CloseBot. Swear to God, it's so easy to do, and it's so fun. So this is Vapi. I'll put a link in here so you guys can sign up. But essentially, this is where you write your prompt for the voice to speak. and I'm not gonna get into this in detail, but there's these, sections up here which we'll go through of basically there's text to speech, the OpenAI processes it, and then I'm sorry, speech to text, and then OpenAI, and then text to speech. And I use something called 11 Labs, which we'll go over, which allows me to do voice cloning. So I'm going to teach you people how to clone voices, which is also clients, lawyers, people that are the face of their business. They seem to like clone voices. They seem to like cloning their voice. So it's kind of cool for them. So I'm going to call this here so you guys can see how cool this is if you haven't seen any voice stuff yet. So I'll do my self-selling, and this is something I'll give you guys. All right, when we get here. So this is a self-selling voice AI that does a self-selling demo for any niche. So I'm sure you're all going to want this. It's totally agnostic. So watch. So I'm going to talk to it. Let me know if you guys are having any problems hearing it. I'm going to lower the mic a little bit. Okay. If you can't hear it, I'll do it a different way.
Hi, Josh Rosenfeld here. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you? What's going on? It's good. Oh, it does not like that mic. Hold on. That was feedback. Sorry. Let me switch mics. Woo. Okay. Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Let's do that again. That was bad feedback. So little tip, don't do that.
Hi, Josh Rosenfeld here. How's it going?
It's going good, Josh. How are you? What's going on? What can you tell me?
Oh, just living the AI dream. I'm here to make the world a little more efficient, one conversation at a time. Speaking of which, would you like to check out a live demo of our conversational AI receptionist for your business?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. What industry is your business in?
I'm in life insurance.
Great. What's the name of your company?
My company name is Red Bull Life Insurance.
Fantastic. Red Bull Life Insurance it is. Let's jump into the demo. Hello. Welcome to Red Bull Life Insurance. How can I assist you today?
Yeah.
Are you looking for information on our policies, or perhaps you'd like to file a claim?
Yeah, I just got married, and I'd like to talk about how I can get insurance for me and my wife.
Congratulations on your marriage. That's a wonderful step. I can definitely help you with that. To get started, could I have the names and ages of you and your wife?
Yeah, my wife's name is Anne. She is 47, I think. And we have 3 kids. They're all triplets, and they're all 10.
Got it. A family of 5, including your 3 10-year-old triplets.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, do you currently have any life insurance policies in place, or would this be your first one with us?
This will be my first policy.
Perfect. Since this is your first policy, I can guide you through the different plans we offer. Do you have any specific coverage amounts in mind, or would you like recommendations based on your family size and needs?
Yeah, give me a recommendation.
Sure thing. We typically recommend a coverage amount that is around 10 times your annual income to ensure your family's
Holy
financial
shit,
security.
that's a lot of money. I can't afford that.
No worries at all. We can definitely tailor a plan to fit your budget. We offer flexible options, so you can start with a smaller coverage amount and adjust.
All right,
as
I'm all in. I'm all in. Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, that concludes our little demo. Now let's get back to setting up a real call with one of our salespeople to discuss how you can get your own after-hours assistant. Can I have your name, please?
Yeah, my name's Josh.
Thanks, Jox. Give me one moment while I send you a text message with a link to book a call. All right, you should have that link now. Could you please confirm once you've booked the appointment?
Yeah, I've got it. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for confirming. You've officially booked your call. Thanks for hanging out and checking out the demo. Have a fantastic day.
You too. Goodbye. So, what do you think? Thumbs up? Was that a good one? That was amazing, wasn't it? Come on, that was freaking amazing.
Which Josh is talking right now? The real one or the one?
Thank you. Thank you. So the voice clone's pretty cool. I mean, the reason I like the voice clone, it's definitely a wow factor. It's just a wow. People are like, holy shit. Look at this prompt, folks. So basically, we'll go into this later, and I'll give you this prompt. But all I did was say I'm a virtual Josh. I'm fun and educated. I'm knowledgeable about AI and voice assistants. Don't use their first name. Little rules I wanted to give it after playing with it, but it's really simple. So as we go through prompting, you're going to see things I like to do that I'm finding work really well. I'll call this kind of like a programmatic prompting, where it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. You could skip to go to, you could skip steps. It'll do all sorts of things, but it literally said, pretend you are an AI receptionist for their company or niche. That's all. There was no training about life insurance. There was nothing. I could have said I own a boat supply company and it would have worked perfectly. So it's also a really good test of how this technology really is. I mean, it just proves that it's amazing. And as you can tell, it's a lot more of a wow factor than CloseBot. No offense to CloseBot. I love CloseBot to death, but voice chatbots are definitely amazing. And they're still, it's still so new that if you guys aren't offering voice, it's so new. It's way newer than chatbots. And our chatbots that we build are really powerful. This is just as cool. It didn't send the text message because I was dialing it on my computer, but when we do it, I'll do it on my phone, and you can see how you actually use the make to send a thing through GHL to your phone. So that's my full service. You know, you can talk to the bot on the phone, it texts you, and then you can start talking with it in CloseBot. So it allows you to take your conversation full circle. Theoretically, you could go the other way and have a chatbot call you. We'll do an outbound call with Vapi. Okay. So this is really the coolest stuff for me right now is this voice. I kind of mastered the CloseBot world, the chatbot stuff. So this stuff's really sexy. So are there any comments or questions before we back up and do this?
Are you going to go over like doing a handoff to a real person?
Yep.
With the
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So yeah, take notes of guys of what you want me to do for you specific. So I do it like Tenzilla, write that down. So basically, just to not to tease you, but if you go to functions, you just put a forwarding number in there. You literally say, yeah, forward the number if they need it, and it just forwards. It's incredible. So Vapi is free. Shockingly, you do pay for your phone number and you pay for your OpenAI and stuff like that. I'll show you how to set all this stuff up, but this is the coolest stuff right now. We're also going to be using CloseBot, obviously.
Is it better to get the phone number in Vapi versus trying to use GHL's
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what to do.
Okay.
So I never use the phone number from, first of all, the phone number in CloseBot, in GoHighLevel would forward. You only forward to this Vapi number.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Hey, Josh,
Yeah.
do you have affiliate links for any of these for yourself that
Yeah.
we could use?
Oh, thank you. I might.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, thank you. I'll put those. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll put those in there. I'm not counting on you guys to give me affiliate this week.
No, but I mean, if we're gonna do it, may as well.
Thank you. I will put that in there
credit.
between classes. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll put that in here. So, all right. So now what I want to do is I want to back up, and I promised that I was going to give each of you at least an hour on your niche. Building what you need to build, answering your questions. So I'm looking at Tanzila right now, and we're gonna start with you, young lady. So
Yes, ma'am.
yes, sir. So all right. So let's start with you. Okay. So case study. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make case studies from everybody and put them in make a case study, right? So case study here. Case study 1. Tanzila. It's in a 1L, sorry. Yep. Okay, so what do you want to do?
Let's go with what I have lawn landscape pest. We'll do pest control.
You want to do a pest control? All right. So
Yeah,
what do you want to do? You want to build the whole You want to build the whole thing real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. All right. So whenever I build out something here, let me just label this real quick. I'm gonna say flow 1, flow 2. We're not going to get into too much to flow 2. Obviously, it's super complicated, but a little bit. And then this is the simple flow. So that's what we're going to build. So what I'm going to do with you is we're going to build one part. First, we'll build a bot to handle all this. We'll build this bot here. Okay. And we're going to use OpenAI to help us write everything. Okay, cool. So you want to do let's see, we're going to do case study. This is pest control. Cool. So I'm going to take this flow here, and we're just going to start it real quick here. So this is where I like to start with clients and get them to buy in on this stuff. Because if you don't want to, so for a bot like this, in case you're wondering, I'm getting anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 to build them a voice bot solution that they own and everything. So that's a decent number out there right now, folks, that people are paying for full service bots and making sure they're installed, supporting them for like a month while they build it. It seems to be people aren't having any issue paying $2,000 to $3,000. You can probably get more, frankly, especially depending on the industry. But for home service, it seems to be a fair rate. No one's really balked or been like, "Whoa, no, that's crazy." Because really, You can say you charge $200 an hour, and this is like 10 to 20 hour job. I mean, that's fair, right? A half a week's work. That's about accurate. So, if you don't feel comfortable charging that much money, that's on you. Be comfortable. Just charge it. What's the worst they're going to say is that's too much. Go to the next one. So people will pay for AI right now. Okay.
Question.
So, yeah.
Sorry,
Go
not
ahead.
to cut you off.
Anytime.
When you say they own it, you're still building it in like your Vapi account. You're not setting them up with all that stuff.
Exactly. So all of us are agency owners, right? And our goal is to get people to use our agency. I'm finding so all of you are you using GoHighLevel for the SaaS? You're trying to get the $497 a month and do some other stuff, right? Raise your hand if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Right. If you're trying to do it. Okay. So a lot of the clients that I've been getting are coming to me for my school group. So they already had GoHighLevel. So even if they have their own GoHighLevel, I charge them the same amount. And if they don't have GoHighLevel, we'll talk about ways to bill where, for instance, they already have GoHighLevel. I have a client in Australia. She already has GoHighLevel. She already has CloseBot. She already has, Vapi I don't make any money off Vapi. She has all that stuff. So what's in it for me? Like, I want her on my SaaS, but she's got her own SaaS. So what I've been telling clients with their own SaaS is you still have to have an account on my SaaS if you want my monthly service. So I've been getting them into my SaaS for service after the fact, and I'm charging them $3 to $5 grand to do the build. So you can charge a lot up front, a little less up front, and then monthly for your SaaS, or even more one time only.
Okay.
Or charge $250 an hour.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's a lot of ways to charge, but I'm finding that $2 to $5 grand butter zone for building a complete $5 grand, like if you're giving them some voice and all that stuff. But that seems to be, multiple niches, multiple people all over the world seem to be comfortable paying $3 to $5 grand with or without their own GoHighLevel. If they don't, good for you. And then one thing that's also nice is learning how to do all this stuff. It clearly sets your SaaS apart. So I'm sure you get complaints. Well, just GoHighLevel. Okay, good. Go ahead. Use my affiliate link. Get your own GoHighLevel. Good luck, buddy. So they're not gonna be able to do this stuff. That's not true. They may be able to. So
yeah.
All right.
And just real quick, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
For everyone in the class, because I think this is important, like what you just said. I've found, because I focus on the home service industries, and a lot of them have like CRMs that are specific. Like my favorite client, right, the one that pays me the most, the roofing company, they have a roofing specific CRM that can manage like inventory. I stay away from all that. I just connect them. And so like for people, as we're thinking through this, like you don't have to pull someone into high level to run their whole business. And in fact, I stay away from that. Is my 2 cents. Like I sell it as an AI employee, and if they know it's high level, I don't. It is what it is. So
you're right. So yeah, that's true. That's all accurate. All right, Tanzila, let's build you a bot that's going to handle your messenger, your SMS, and your web. So this is for pest control. I don't know anything about pest control. What do you know about pest control?
A little bit, I guess probably just as much as you do. A lot of I know how, if I'm coming from a customer's journey experience from just myself, either it's from an ad or any of those. I usually get a phone call back and they usually just come out. So the process is simple, but I don't think they have a really good process though, is the thing.
Okay.
Like, how do they manage these people? Because no one follows up with them once they're out,
What do you mean they don't follow once they're out on the job?
Yeah, you know how we always talking about customer retention and database reactivation and keeping these people.
Yep.
They do a horrible job of that. Like you may hear them once they come to your house, but that's it.
So let's do a DBR bot.
Okay.
Okay. So DBR is database reactivation. Let me show you this cool calculator. I'll give this to y'all too. Let me just find it. So I have a calculator that I like to use for showing clients the potential for doing a database reactivation to AI. It's pretty cool, and this helps sell as well. I'll share this with everybody right now. So basically, for my challenge, I made like a funnel where I get their name and address, but on the challenge page, and I'll share this with you, and I'll show you how. And I can't share the calculator with you directly, but I'll tell you how I made it. So essentially, this I make websites, and I've done other sites where it has a calculator to pitch clients. So let's say your average, average price of your product's $500. There's 1,000 people on your list. You close 3%, which is no business owner is going to go that low. Oh, I close 80%. That's crazy. So you don't have to show them that high. And then how many times a year should your customer buy? For pest control, it maybe once a year. It could be as many times as you want, depending on your product. But look how much money you could potentially recover in the first year. $15,000. If they're on a 3% conversion rate with a small list and a low price product once. So this is a fun calculator to play with your clients to show the value that you can bring for a relatively small upfront fee. Getting in your SaaS. For this, I was charging $497, but they had to be in the SaaS at $497 a month to keep it going. And the things about database reactivations is you don't reactivate it all at once. You drip them out over a period of time so your client stays with you and you don't get in trouble for spam. Okay, so that's what we're going to build here. Okay,
Cool.
So the database reactivation, with database reactivations, you usually build an offer. So what's the offer going to be for pest control?
Um,
I want $100 off.
Yeah, that'll work.
$100 off first visit. Okay. So it's $100 off first visit. So that means our bot is going to need to know what's happening. So it's going to come out first. It's going to say thanks. So the first thing it's going to do is I'll do this in yellow. So so this is we're going to do CloseBot for this. Okay. And the first step is going to thank them. Well, we're going to do something cool with this. Thank them. And get them to schedule a call. You just show basic info, name, phone, email. We'll assume that this DVR is just, well, we already know their name and email because we know this because it's a database reactivation, right? But I'll build the bot so if it doesn't know it, it'll ask.
We should probably ask if they're still at the same address because we should have their address too because some people move.
Okay, good idea. Then it's going to schedule. And then it will, so when you say follow-up, what do you mean? Like after a certain amount of time?
Yeah, like you should be, a lot of times they have like quarterly plans where they come out to your house. So the first one is usually like this in and outside as far as spraying for pests. And then after that, usually quarterly or monthly, depending on how you set it up. Yeah.
I have it. Okay, so follow up for quarterly. So we'll do a separate workflow for that.
Okay.
And then it'd be cool. So I want to build this in here. We're gonna try to build in a dynamic couponing. So what that means is what that means is this will be fun. So this will be a dynamic couponing DVR. DVR with dynamic couponing. And what that means is that if they click on your offer and say, yeah, it's okay, but I'm not interested, I'm gonna have the bot go, oh, what about $150 off? But only if they don't want the $100 off. So we're gonna do a live AI controlled couponing. It's a cool little technique that allows you to, it's a value to the client. It keeps them engaged. If they lose someone at the first offer, maybe you can do a second offer. This also works for cart abandonment. So if you have people on a GoHighLevel cart and it's step one and they get their name and address when they leave, you could look at that and GoHighLevel as a trigger to trigger an AI. So that's a cart abandonment bot. So we'll build this. Is that cool, Tanzila, to build this right now?
Yeah, sounds good. Yep.
Cool. So let's build this. And it's going to be coming from email. Now we'll do as if it came from SMS. Okay. So the simple bot. So we need to, okay, cool. So we need to do a few things here. So in CloseBot, this is what we're going to build the bot in. I'm going to do this really fast. Okay. So I'm going to just make a new bot. Who doesn't know CloseBot at all? Anyone not know CloseBot? I think you all know CloseBot a bit. Okay, good. So I'm going to just make a new bot and we'll do solar, I guess, or cleaning. You have to pick one. All right. So I'm going to rename it. We'll call it class pest control. And I'll take screenshots of all these pages and put it in the notes so you guys have all the objectives.
Okay, cool.
Right? What do you want to call it? What do you want to give a name?
Call him Alex.
Alex. Okay, cool. So I'm going to save that real quick. And then so now I need to go into GoHighLevel and make a new sub account. Make a new sub account real quick. Blank non-SaaS sub account. Add manually. I'll do Bob Smith. It doesn't matter. For this, .com. Business name, pest control. What's the name of the business? What's a fun name for a business?
Let's give it a name.
TW Pest Control.
Yeah, that we'll just go with that.
Okay. Put in any phone number. 3838. Does that number 8383838? Huh. Not formatting. Weird. Okay, whatever. Address. Time zone. What time zone are you in?
Central.
All right. Oh, country field. I hate that the United States is all the way down here. No offense, Canada, but okay. So now I have a sub account. And I already know that I've built some other bots on other accounts. So I know that I'm going to load a sub account and I'm going to load a snapshot into here that I kind of already built. I want it to be let's see. I want to do the Windows.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to do the window bot. Yeah, I'll do the window bot. Okay. So I'm going to install some stuff here. I don't need all these fields. I'm just bringing in the CloseBot fields, bot latest auto response, override, reset. And when you hook up CloseBot, it does it automatically. You'll see in a second. I just know that I already want these in there. You can bring them all in. It doesn't really matter. I'll just bring them all in. Okay. So that's going to set this up. And now that that's set up, I'm going to go back to CloseBot. I'm going to go to integrate. I'll do add new. You got to log in again. Happens. And I'm going to look for pest control. Okay, so there's pest control. So now give it a second. So that the new CloseBot, by the way, they have like a plugin on GoHighLevel automatically. So it does work slightly differently than a year ago or a few months ago. Okay, cool. So that's going in there. Now we're in, let's switch to TW pest control. Okay, so we're in GoHighLevel. Most of you know that for CloseBot to work, you need to process the message. I'm going to add in one more workspace into this that I want. I did it on it was for hold on here, folks. It was for this is, oh yeah, this one. So the new CloseBot doesn't have this last communication type workflow, so I'm going to add this back. It'll be in the screen in the snapshot when you get it, but essentially so now in GoHighLevel, I have two workflows that are going to handle the CloseBot bot. Okay. This workflow here. Oh, that's irritating. There we go. So these is all the possible incoming channels that GoHighLevel can handle: chat, SMS, email, Instagram, WhatsApp, live chat, right? So all this workflow does, it literally sets a communication type and it adds the tag for the channel so that the client knows where it's coming from, because this isn't built into CloseBot anymore. So this is a very useful step to have back in CloseBot because it'll allow you to segment your traffic. Okay. Once it goes here, as you know, CloseBot then goes into this step here, right? It's same trigger, incoming customer replied, and then it just goes to a CloseBot webhook. I like to label my webhooks with the bot ID number because I have so many. So I know that I'm going to go here. I'm going to grab this bot ID. I'll go here and I'll paste it in here. So right now we can start talking to this bot. I also built in these snapshots. I like to test. I don't love to test, but I will test with live chat. So I'm going to build a live chat widget. Some of the settings you want to change right away are, that's fine. The welcome message, I turn off custom greeting. I go to chat. I change the, and I turn off this intro message isn't very good. I'll say, hi, how's it going? You always want to start off the conversation with a text, with a question so that the bot can respond. Live chat aside, make sure you turn that to 15 minutes. Default is 5. Make sure you do live chat. Close to 15 minutes. Cool. And then messaging is fine. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, so on the main widget, if you go to widget customization, there's the picture, and then on for additional options, I'm going to turn off agency branding. So if you want to, you can give these away. I give these away sometimes, but I keep my branding on there. It's really, because this is an embeddable widget. Get rid of the consent box. All right, I'm going to save this. I'm going to grab the code. I do this with every client. I grab the code, copy it. This workflow should have a website in here, a chat test widget. So I open this up. All you got to do is open the page to test. Oops. Yep. Get rid of this. Don't need that. Why is it gray like that?
Isn't there like a settings on the website itself where you can just enable it or something, or no? Am I mixed up?
There is. Yeah, good question. There is, but it doesn't seem to work well all the time. And I want people to know how to manually embed it because a lot of people don't use GoHighLevel work. I just wanted to know how easy it is to just paste in that code here. So watch, I'm just going to paste this code in and you're done. Now I'll show you a little trick. Some people don't like to obfuscate HTML. Some people don't like to give away. My last partner, he really hated I'm looking for this tool that I'll give you guys, that I'll show you guys. This is cool. Okay, cool. So this tool, let's say a lot of clients, you don't want them to know that you're white labeling GoHighLevel. And this has this lead connector in here. Lead connector is GoHighLevel's like gray label software. So what you could do is you can take this script, you can go to this obfuscation tool, which I'll paste in there. I'm going to paste in this code. I'll do obfuscate, and now it's just a bunch of gibberish. It's just one way to hide some of the special sauce from the client. So it's, they don't need to know what you're doing.
Right. They don't need to see that it's coming from lead connector. That's basically what it's going to do.
From lead connector.
Could you share the link for that?
Yeah, I will. 1 sec. Absolutely. There you go. So I get rid of this too. Begin free HTML. You can get rid of that comment. Look at that. You don't have any idea what it is. That's a very cool thing to do if your clients kind of keep a secret. So let me share this. I'll put it in this group chat. And then I want to add it to here. Add page and folder. We'll call it obfuscate links. Link or HTML obfuscation. Hide your code from your clients. Okay. So hide your code. All right, cool. So now I'm going to save this. And now here's the reason I did this. I could work on a client without having their domain hooked up, without having anything from them, because I build this page and I'm just hosting it. We'll call this pest control. So we know what it is. I'm hosting it on my main agency, GoHighLevel account. So to share with the client, this is fine. I can't even publish it, but I can try it. So if I were to try this thing now, it would do window cleaning, right? But we're going to grab it and start working on this bot real quick. So it's $100 DB off. We know their name. We want them to schedule, and then we want to follow up. So that means that if we want them to schedule, I need to make sure that my GoHighLevel has a calendar. So there's no calendar. Let's make a new calendar real quick. I like to do event calendars. There's these other calendars. I don't always have the best luck with them. The event calendar is kind of standard. We'll just keep it built in. You have to have a custom URL. So I just type in some gibberish. Meeting location, you could paste in your Zoom or whatever you want. I'll just confirm that. Oh, outbound. So we'll do a scheduling calendar. Okay. Okay, cool. So now this is in here. CloseBot will see it. All right. So now let me refresh CloseBot. So it sees everything. And we'll build this real quick. And we'll test it. Okay, so, oh yeah, sorry. Let me add in my OpenAI key so I don't get billed too much. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, so main. So let's do this. Here's what I like to do. Let's do this real quick. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna put ChatGPT right here. And just for purposes of doing this a little quicker, we'll use our friend ChatGPT to help us. Okay. So I need help writing some knowledge base type, writing some knowledge for a chatbot. CloseBot, it knows what CloseBot is. CloseBot chatbot for these 3 sections. And you can do this in every client you have. One, and by the way, people ask, how are you hitting return and go and OpenAI without it sending? Shift return. Crucial. That's a crucial little tip there. Shift return. Cool. So now I'm going to do the 3 things I need. One is going to be why this conversation is happening. And I know it is from a database reactivation for $100 off for TW pest control. These sections. Why is the conversation happening? So this is 100 off pest control. The second and then the second thing is important business information. It'll make this stuff up. I also want to tell it less than, this is less than, I'm going, yeah, the little guy eats the big guy, right? This is less than 500 characters. This is less than 1,500 characters. I don't usually mess with the how to respond. It's kind of built in to do it right. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's see what this does for me here. Now, make it more of a prompt for ChatGPT. That will work though. I may not use the first one. Okay, this is fine. So I like the second question, the second response, because I don't know anything about it. All right, so let's just write this by scratch or say, why is the conversation happening? I'll say the lead has responded to a database reactivation text message for $100 off pest control. Your job is to get them to schedule an appointment. Okay, that'll work well. Save that. Now, let's make a quick knowledge base. I'm going to ask, give me a knowledge base article about pest control. This works really well. That's how I built so many bots, just having it write it. Better than the client sometimes. Okay, cool. So that's writing. Well, okay, so bot voice, you can type in what you want here. I like my bots to not be professional. I like them to be friendly and approachable. Okay. So now this is, so let's just set the knowledge base article up in a second. Look at that. I couldn't have come up with that. Did you? I don't know. No. So this is impressive. The clients see AI. So I do this with clients sometimes, even though it's kind of the secret sauce, because I just want to be blown away by what AI can do. Because a lot of people they're not us. They're not into it. They don't think about it. They don't, try to monetize it and make it better and use it every day. I mean, I've been prompting thousands of hours. So, all right, let's do the objectives. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's written. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to knowledge storage. I'll just paste it there. TW pest control. And I'll just paste it in here. That's a nice. I'm going to add one thing. I'm going to do makeup up office hours. So it'll have that in there. Didn't work for my ChatGPT button. I'll help you out in one sec, dude. Joey, I'll help you out in a sec. All right, so I want to put this in the knowledge base. Actually, I'll put it in. You'll see where I put this. So here's my knowledge base. I'm going to load the knowledge base. I'm going to copy this as is, and I'm going to put it on my bot's main important company business information. Okay. Call our hotline for immediate assistance at 800, 577-5777. Won't work. All right, cool. So let's save that. Okay, so now we need to go through and do some objectives. We know that the first objective is going, let's get rid of these. You have to start from, let's keep that one. So I'll turn on, it'll skip objective. I like to turn on skip objective, obviously, for name, phone, email, because if it's coming from a lead format, it's going to have all that stuff. So let's do email. Okay, so phone and email. Let's only ask for phone. Well, we need their phone. We'll keep asking. Booking. So booking's already here. Let's set this up with, that's not right. This is hooked into the wrong. Let me go back. Yeah. This is not hooked up. Oh, I'm in the wrong. So little tip, guys, about freaking CloseBot is that if you don't know, when you go back from knowledge base, it's to the top default bot that I labeled do not touch, and I was touching it. So that's a really irritating thing that's going to happen again and again. So let's see here. So if I go to my main, I want to copy this out and just save this and then go back to sorry. Okay, pest control. Main. Add in the hours. Okay. Save that. Objectives. Let's try that again. Okay, cool. This will be easier. So booking, AI booking. There's only one calendar. Why is it? What is the deal here? I feel like I connected it to the wrong thing. Let me try that again. Huh. Why does it see so many? There you go. Okay. So every once in a while, you got to blow out the field. So just choose something else and go back to what the objective is. This happens all the time, actually. So I'm going to do the scheduling calendar. Cool. Okay. And then we'll do, thank you. I'll do a give info because it doesn't need to ask a question. We'll just call this thanks. And I use this for later analysis, as I'll show you. Thank the lead and answer any more questions they may have. Okay. All right, so this bot is simple for now. So I'm going to say, I want to thank you. So we're going to know their name. It's not even hooked up. So it's going to know their name. It's going to know their email, but I'll put it in here anyways for purposes of our demos. And then we want their phone number. Okay. All right. So now, like I said, this is coming in from a database reactivation. So the first thing it's going to do is thank them. Okay. So let's see where I'm at. So I'm going to do this. We have two thanks, obviously. So there's an ending thanks and there's a beginning thanks. So I'll say, thank the lead for saying yes to the offer. And I'll say, thank lead. So I have two thank yous and you'll see why. Okay, so thank lead. And I labeled it differently because, as you know, CloseBot uses the names of these objectives and the goals accomplished. So I kind of want to keep track. So thank lead. So I'm going to say, thank the lead for saying yes to the offer. I'm going to say the lead has said yes, and I know we did this before, but I want to make it clear to this objective set. The lead has said yes to the $100 off coupon, or the lead is kind of interested. Determine interest. Let's do this. We're going to determine the interest. If it is super low and you try to get them to sign up, schedule, but try to get a schedule. But if they don't like the offer, I'll do it this way. You may give them this coupon code for an extra $50 off in addition to the $100 off. I'm going to say, do not give this coupon away to anyone that is interested. Okay. So what I want to do is
Who is not interested?
Yeah. So if they're not interested,
You forgot you're not.
oh, thank you. Thank you. That's why we're in a group. Who is not interested. I don't know if all caps helps, but I think it might. So I want to gather this information. I'm going to change the title of this real quick. I'm going to call this one interest. Okay. So now I'm going to move name over here, and I'm going to move email and phone to this thing, and I'm going to move booking to here and thanks to here. Okay. So we could test this right now. Let's test this bot. I'm going to reset the bot. So it sent me $100 off coupon, and I'm going to say something like, okay, the coupon is okay. No, I want to, I don't like the offer. It is not enough. It is not enough. It is not enough for me. See if it works. So it worked. Now it only did it one time, so you could ask it to do it 2, 3 times, right? But it worked. So I'm going to say, okay, okay. That is cool. That is cool. So it should give me the coupon code. Didn't give me the coupon code. When would be a good? Oh, you know why this isn't working well? Because it's this stupid simulator. I hate this simulator. It didn't ask for my name or anything. So I never use this, folks, which is why I set that up and GoHighLevel. Oh, here's the coupon code. I didn't give it a coupon code. So I'll make a coupon code here. We'll call it 50 off. Okay. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to test this puppy here because remember we made this page real quick. So I'm going to test it here. Say, hi, how's it going? Great. I got your offer. Text it to me. Tell me more. All right, that took what, 15 minutes? Maybe to get something basic up. It's really fast. So I also like doing this so I can immediately start showing the client their bot working without connecting it to Facebook, without doing SMS. That's awesome. With our $100 off, yeah, set an appointment. No, the offer is not good enough. So give me a coupon. Yes, it would make it. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I mean, just that little thing is pretty cool. I mean, if you can, you got to get the client to go in on it. So Tesla, you're saying you're doing like 3 different types of home services. What I find with home services, they're great clients. You want to make sure the service you're hitting up is a high ticket service, right? Like HVAC is a great service, but they're just coming out to clean, like do something minor. It's not a big ticket. But if they break their, break this broken, yeah, that's a huge ticket. So roofing is a great one. Pest control is good when they do the long term $200 a month, $100 a month things. That's multiple $1,000s, right? So cool. So thank you for considering the offer. It's not giving me the coupon code. When's a good time? I don't like, oh, I know why it isn't working. So in CloseBot, I'm not gonna, let's see. So if the lead said yes, or the lead's kind of interested, determine interest is super low, try to get them to schedule. If they don't, oh yeah, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to say try to get them to schedule because we're doing that later. So that's why I was trying to literally schedule on this step. I don't want that. Try to get them, if it is super low, try to get them to be more interested. And if they don't like the offer, I'm going to say after a few tries, so it doesn't do it right away, it'll do it like, don't give it right away. I say coupon code below. Okay. So what I do is when I test, I always, when the problem is I have always AI aware, always aware AI on. So to do a good test, you need to blow out the contact for testing, especially if you're testing a first objective. So I should be just me in here. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's start over.
Josh, I have a question.
Yes.
My rule of thumb is not to put logic in CloseBot or some, and I see you're doing that.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, so it's does it work good for
Yeah,
you?
it works fantastic. I have single prompt CloseBots where it asks all the questions in one prompt, and I use AI to read the conversation and pull out the fields automatically. I'll do that too for someone. We'll build you a CloseBot with one objective only. It's a really cool way to do it, and it allows you to just do more. All right, so that should be deleted. So let's keep talking to this guy. Refresh. Hi. Good. I got the coupon. Got the $100 off. Tell me more. Okay, I like.
Have you done a forever follow-up with any of these bots before?
Yeah.
I know some people.
I've never done the CloseBot with the new. So CloseBot has this follow-up features. I've never used that. What I have done is, and this won't work in live chat because you have like a 24-hour window or something, but it does work for SMS. Is I'll just set another workflow for follow-ups based off of X days after they originally scheduled or whatever you want. We'll do that too if you want. Okay. We didn't get the follow-up yet. We're just making sure this couponing works. Tell me more. Hello? This happens every once in a while.
What I usually do is clear the cache I do the same as you on a website.
Yeah. I'll do a what I can do, or you can do to do multiple testing is you can bring up multiple browser types. So this is a different browser user and it'll work. Because you can't if you use the same browser, is it good? I got the coupon and it is not enough. Oh, what happened? That's odd. I took this out. Okay. We'll fix that in a second. I'm glad you're interested. How about an extra $50 off? Maybe. So testing your bots takes forever because now I will go through and test it for I like the coupon. I don't like the coupon. I like it, but so that's the meat of your bots is testing it. Acting a little funky.
How much time do you give the clients to do their own tests before you like full release?
Question. That's a great question. So I do it with them, and then I give them a page like this, and I usually give them a weekend or a few days to do it. But I literally will say, after you approve it, that's it, right? Because it's not fair for them to keep. Oh, I tried it again, and then I did it again. Now, if there's mistakes and you didn't see it, fix it for them, right? But if they want to change something later, bill them. So what I do is like if I'm billing you $250 an hour and you become a client or $5,000 or $3,000, I'll give you a discounted rate on my hourly for support. And they all say fine. So I'll go over like 250 to 150 an hour, which is pretty fair for AI, right? And they're like, okay. So that's a good way to still get paid for support, but not over promise, meaning that here's five, they give me $3,000, here's your bot, I'm out. They don't, that's not cool, right? So this allows you to, for 30 days I'll help, but after that, I got to bill you, and they usually don't have a problem. That is great. Let's make sure this bot works. And while we're doing that, we'll look in our contact. And I have some automations here that we can, so check for window repairs. I don't need that one. I'll delete a few things here so you don't have them in here.
Would definitely like to keep the lead scoring.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, that was fun.
So fantastic. Thank you for accepting the offer. What would be a good time to schedule your pest control? Why is it not asking for my name? Hold on. So if you don't know what's going on in CloseBot, I'm going to go to dashboard. And you could, so it's still on the interest step. So it hasn't gotten past the interest step. So I'm going to do this. So now it's asking my email, which is interesting because it shouldn't have yet. It doesn't know my name. If you come in from a live chat widget, it's a weird name like guest visitor 93949 or something. So it's skipping that. I bet you it's going to ask for my name now. So that's my phone number. Okay, so it's not asking for my name. All right, so yeah, see, no, it's going backwards.
Do you have it to skip on the name or not?
Yeah, I did. I have it skip if it knows it. So the CloseBot set up like this. So I'm going to tweak the first prompt because it's not getting. So what I'm going to do is on objectives, I'm going to go to the interest prompt, and I'm going to do a maximum of twice, and I'm going to lower. I'll do 3 times, and I'm going to lower.
Would it be because your interest is before your name is asking
No.
that information? Oh, okay.
No, I'm not asking it to get the name.
Why is it trying to book a call if it doesn't have it in the prompt to book a call?
Exactly. So,
Oh, yeah.
well, it's hallucinating is why. Chatbots hallucinate. That's what it's called.
Or is it like because the bot has like a calendar integrated and like a future
No,
step?
the bot thinks that it's supposed to book on this step based on this one prompt. So, it doesn't say anywhere in here. Okay, so I can do this. Watch you do not. So as you use your do not attempt to schedule. Go to the next objective once complete. It sounds crazy, but it works.
Do the all caps actually make it more
I know, it
important?
makes me feel better.
It makes you feel better. Okay.
And I kind of want people to know that these are instructions. These are dead out like a rule.
Can you actually like, because what you said, go to the next objective, almost seems like you're touching on some of the stuff on the bottom in the settings stuff, and so the prompt will actually
good point.
like.
So this is what should send it to the next objective is the sensitivity and the max attempts. But if I'm doing a prompt where it's asking a few things in the objective, and I'm not saving this, right? But it's doing more than one thing. You need to. This I find actually does help for it to know when to go on the next objective. Right, because this is a little ChatGPT prompt in itself. So this seems to work. So let's try it. Okay. So, I see. My fault. So I did have email. So user error. So it's going to ask for the name next. Email, phone, booking. Thanks. And while we're here, so we can just do this. Let's show you. Go a little bit more advanced. So let's do AI lead scoring. Actually, let me see how this may be 2 for Windows. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So let's set this up. We're gonna do some advanced stuff now. Okay. So as this conversation comes in, you can see it's out of order, but it's working, right? So I'll say 8 a.m., 4 p.m. is great. So this conversation's happening. I want to be able to analyze the conversation. Okay. So I have this workflow here, and I'm going to remove some things here. I don't need to create a new lead. Okay. So the first thing it's going to do is every conversation you have with CloseBot at least stores the I'll show you. So in GoHighLevel, all of your, well, I'll just show you on the contact itself. So on the contact, there I am in, I think general info, additional info. See, now every once in a while, okay, I see what's going on. So CloseBot didn't install properly. Okay, there's no CloseBot fields here. This happens. This has happened happening to me. Darn it. Okay, so here's what I've been told to do. Here's what I've been told to do to fix this from Bryce. So he said if you go to settings and do it's the labs. No, not labs. It's where is it? Let's see. Integrations. No, not integrations. Is it private integrations? No. Brands, companies, labs,
Marketplace apps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where, I can't find that. Where is it? Am I insane?
It's not in settings. It's in the main menu now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Huh. So if you go to the app marketplace, I'm in this app right now. Thank you for that, sir. So I'm in here. If I search for CloseBot, it's actually installed, right? So if I click on it, if I uninstalled it, I mean, that makes me nervous, obviously, to uninstall it and install it. So let's do this. This makes me super nervous. I don't like doing this. So what I don't understand is, let me look at something here. I don't think that GoHighLevel is correct, and I'll tell you why. I loaded a snapshot in here that had all the CloseBot fields, and they're not there. So let's see what's going on. First, let me just double check. See what's going on here. Huh. Where's the CloseBot stuff? Oh, there it is. So, oh, look, it's there. So I don't know what happened. It happens. So there it is. There it is. So it's all there. So as I was saying, your message history field is a CloseBot field. So we're going to look at this field to do our analysis. When we do Vapi, you could send the conversation into a field and do analysis. But let's do the analysis. So it schedules your cover, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So that conversation is over. So what we're doing is we're building a automation to read the conversation for lead scoring and to score it, and then we'll route on it. So step one, and you have to have the more expensive version of GoHighLevel to do this, to use the GPTs in there, but obviously I think it's worth it. So I have in here a script for HVAC, for predictive analytics on HVAC and scoring. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this whole thing. I'm going to go to Chat GPT. Now I'm going to say, please rewrite this predictive analytic prompt for pest control. I'm going to paste it in here and let it do it for me. So what this is doing is these are things it's going to use to score lead from 1 to 10. This is a pretty simple one. I'm not going to do this one super advanced. So I'm going to take this prompt here. That's fantastic. You'll notice there's a custom field in here from GoHighLevel. I'm going to paste this prompt in here. Cool. Now, I only want to return the lead score as a single number 1 through 10. Watch this on the top line, on the first line. Watch this. This will be cool. First line. Example, and this is important. Example is score 7. On the second line forward, please give details as to why you scored the lead like this. Okay. Save that. And it's going to use the conversation example, which is my conversation. Actually, it's message history. Is it message history or conversation? Contact, custom fields. You want to do message history. Message history is CloseBot's field. This prompt is for a voice, so make sure you have the right field that it's looking at. Okay, cool. So now what it's going to do is it's going to score this conversation on a scale from 1 to 10. on the first line, and then it's going to give me details on the second part. And then the second thing I do is you probably could have done this all in once, but I don't know if I pay for this or not, so I don't really care. But I want to summarize the conversation for the client so I could text message them a nice little summary immediately. So I'll just do, summarize the conversation for the client, and I want to grab the message history. Okay, I'm going to save that. So now, let me save this. So now, I'll get two windows going on here. So in my custom fields, I have a few fields. I have lead quality, quality reason, lead intent, just different things that I can fill out. So I pre-made these fields, and most of them are text fields. Okay, they're all text fields. Okay, so this will be in the snapshot. So what I'm going to do is I'm scoring the conversation, I'm summarizing the conversation. Now I want to update. Actually, I need to do this. This is going to be wild, but watch. So I need to make another GPT, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to take this response and pull out just the lead score as a numeral. And this technique I'm doing, hopefully you guys will see over time that you can do this all over the place. So I want to take the response from the scoring, right? And then now we're going to start. Let me label this one for you. So this is update or pull or extract lead score only. And I'll show you why. Okay. So now this is going to update the lead score. So I want to take the lead. I need to make a custom field. So add field. I'm going to do a single line, even though it's a number. And I'll put it in Chatbot. Okay, let me save this and refresh it. Okay, so scoring, summarizing, extracting. I want to update the lead score. So lead score. And I want it to be the extract lead score response. So I go down to ChatGPT and I want to do extract lead score only because that's just going to be one number. Save that there. Now I want to update the conversation summary with the summarized conversation, right? And I'll do the chat response from the summarized conversation. And then I want to do one more update. I want to update a contact field called lead intent. Call whatever you want. And I'm going to do all the results. Lead. Oh, wait, I can't do that one. That's not a custom. That's not a text field. I need to do quality reason. Okay. So I'm going to do, this can be whatever you want, but it's going to store the whole it's going to store all of those cool, all this cool stuff up here that this one's telling us: lead intent, urgency, budget alignment, engagement. If it can find out this stuff, it'll let us know. Okay. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay. The next thing I'm doing, I'm going to take this out, but theoretically, I'm going to remove this. We'll do it later. Let me get rid of this one. I got to get rid of a few of these. So I don't need to extract anything because this is coming from a chatbot. I don't need to get the phone number because it's coming from a chatbot. Okay. So the way this works is, let me get rid of this one. I feel like, did I update lead score, update conversation? I feel like I just erased one. Yeah, I did. Sorry. All right, get rid of this one. Lead score, conversation summary. I want to do one more. I'll just duplicate this here. Yeah. Sorry. My mouse was acting funky. All right, I want to duplicate this. This is going to be update intent reason, update reason, reasoning. I want to update the field in reason, quality reason. And this is going to be the very first one, GPT the score conversation response. Okay, I'm going to save that. Okay, so it's going to do all this cool stuff. And then I'm sending a client the email with all this stuff in it. So here's what my new leads to the client look like, right? I do the contact name and phone, which you get from the custom values, right? And then I like to tell them the time and date. And that's also here, custom values you do right now. And there's all the different time and date formats. And then I do the lead score. So I have some slightly, so I'm going to use my fields here. So the lead score, I just want a digit, right? So I'm going to do contact lead score. I feel like lead score. Okay, so it's going to be the lead score. The conversation summary. I want it to be conversation summary, which is a short summary, easy read, good for texting. But this is an email. Oops, here. Do conversation summary. I'll put it under because it could be long. And then I'm going to do full analysis here. And remember, we did a GPT step and saved it into Reason, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to save that. Now what I'm doing is, this is kind of fun. So, well, it's not fun, but it's cool. So now I'm taking so I need to take the lead score, and it did this because it's a custom lead score is 7. Lead score is 8. So this is going to route based on score into different opportunities, right? You have to do this every time you open this workflow because it doesn't know the custom field. This is going to be 9 lead score, and I don't know any better way to do this other than this, one at a time. Then same thing here. Says if it's less than 4, it's a bad lead, and you don't have to use it if you want. But I've had some clients say get rid of bad leads, and this is one way to do it. Lead score is 3. Lead score is 2. Lead score is 1. And this is one of the things that makes GoHighLevel pretty amazing is these workflow automations. A lot of things I do it. My none branch is nothing. I'm going to save this. So basically, in my show you. So in this snapshot, there is a opportunity board with called leads, hot leads, cold leads, regular leads, right? I'm looking at your thing, Joey. I'll have it in a minute. So, okay. All right. So now this is ready to test. Are there any questions on what I just built? Does it make
Nope.
sense?
It does.
Cool. And the reason, and this, I've used this workflow on tons of different clients. So I don't have a trigger in here. Why? Because I'm sending them in. I'll send them into here once they reach like thanks. Afterwards, you can also do it on goals accomplished or conversation over, all the different these different tags. You're like, I have nothing on. I'm not going to turn on likely another bot. So you can also look. So it does AI off when it reaches the end of the objectives, which is not really what you want. I'm also going to leave off contact aggression. I'll save this. Okay, so let's test this out right now. So what I'm going to do is I built my workflow here. I'm going to send, let me save this puppy. And then the email, let's make sure I get the email. So it's going to send me an email with all this stuff in it so we all can see it. Cool. And this where you put your from name would be your client. I'll do like from, system at twpestcontrol.com or something. The subject could be, whatever you want. So I'm going to send myself through here. And let's see what happens. Doesn't take long. Another thing I was doing is I'll do this too. So this is helpful. I'll say add tag or tag. This is a little technique I just figured out because it was bothering me. I'll do AI. So it's already in there. So I made a tag called AI Analyzer on. So that means what that means when you look at your contacts, sometimes it could take like a few seconds or 30 seconds to go through a multiple GPT step. Analyzer tag. So I add this tag in the beginning of the flow, and only when it's all the way down do I remove it. So that way I can look on the contact. If it has that AI Analyzer on tag, I don't touch it. And then I'm going to do a go-to step here. Okay. So it still worked. So now I should have gotten an email. Let me open up my email. I'll show it to you. And if we look at the contact, oh, here, I'll just show you the email. It's even sexier. So here's my new lead. I have a new lead from Josh Rosenfeld. Oh, it looks like I have an extra field in there. So it's my name, my phone number, the time, the lead score is an 8. Why? Well, the law, Josh agrees to the offer and schedules. So it's missing something. It's missing, turn this on. And I'll make the trigger for this so it does it every single time. Be the goals accomplished, or let's see, the trigger is going to be field, the contact. Oh, sorry, contact is changed. And I'm going to look for goals accomplished. And I want to say if the thanks, which is the last objective, has been, if it gets to thanks, it'll do this. You can make you can make that be on the objective on whatever you want. But let's change something here. So I know I messed something up. So it's scoring the conversation. Return only the least score of the signal every 1 in 10 on the first line. On the second line forward, please give details of what. So let me make sure the update reasoning. Oh, I see what the problem is. So there's 2 ChatGPT-1 responses in this thing. So I must have done that. So I do score conversation. See, it still does this 1 response. It should work though. The reason is because it can only do like 2 at a time. GPTs in your workflow, then it goes back to 1. Let's try this again. Oh, wait. I also want to do on the email, there was a slight bug where it was doing the conversation summary here. Save that action. Okay, save that. So let's send me through again. Okay, we got about 20 minutes. And then if I look at my contact, see, AI Analyzer is still on, right? So it was still thinking. So I'm not going to touch it. So if I do refresh, it'll be off because I can see that it sent me a new lead email. So here's my new email. Hold on a second. Yep. So here's the new lead. So it's close, except it's not giving me exactly what I want in terms of all those cool predictive analytics. Let's see why. Oh, I know why. I feel I know why. I feel it's because of this GPT. So let me do this. This is kind of annoying, but I'm learning like you. So I think because I put this workflow in here, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to copy this out. I'm going to copy this whole thing. And I'm going to make a new GPT step. And I bet it's going to say GPT-3. I'm going to say this is score convo. Okay, so same exact thing. Okay, watch. So I'm going to get rid of this one. Wait, I want to get rid of the one I already made. So I'm going to get rid of this one, delete that action. I'll have to fix this. So step 2, summarize. I'm going to do the same trick here. This doesn't happen all the time. I'm going to make another under here. I'm going to do a GPT step. I want them to be numbered differently. Here's 3 and here's 1. So now we have 3 different numbers. So that's a little buggy thing. Make sure your numbers for your GPT are slightly different. And this is the summarize. Okay. So now I just got to change some of these. So the lead score is actually now, I want to pull out I have a new GPT here. So I want to pull out just the lead number as this is the score convo response. Don't get confused. And then extract the, so lead score, I want to be, make sure you have the right GPT. It's coming from extract lead score only. Okay, good. Erase this one. Okay. And then it's going to update the conversation summary, which is the chat 2 response. That's right. So reasoning This step we're going to change to be chat 3. And now this will work. There we go. It's not summarize. It's score convo. Yes, I want the whole response. Sorry if this will get confusing. So just be aware that these are all numbered and it matters. Okay, so let me run this again. And I bet it works. Okay, so in the meantime, we know that we have a opportunity pipeline. And I'm a hot lead because I was above 8. If I was below 8, below 7, it would have put me in as a cold lead. And you could have theoretically had, just regular leads. I'm not going to get into how to do opportunity boards here. Okay, so now if I go to my contact, Josh Rosenfeld, and I look to make sure that the AI analyzer is still on. So it just finished. So that's still on, right? So I'll refresh it. Double check. AI analyzer. Am I not removing that? Oh, yeah, no, it should go through. Oh, I want this all to be go to. Go to save here. And this is removing tag. Huh. Should. All right, so I got a new email. Let's see what it looks like. All right. So it's doing the same thing. It's just kind of messing up. So let's fix it. Let's run there's a lead score. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So back up here. Score convo. Equals 7. And then it summarizes the convo. And it summarizes the convo, and then it extracts the lead score as a numeral. Oh, here's why, I think. It's a numeral. Just a number. Okay. And then it summarizes it. Extract lead score. So update lead score gets the ChatGPT 1 response, which isn't in here. I want this to be the GPT extract lead score only. Conversation summary is getting the 2 response. That's right. Update reasoning. This should be 3. See, number 3. And I want score. I'm sorry, I want the score convo. So it is 2. Okay. Let's do that again. I'm going to send myself through it. Okay. So we have a lead scoring flow here. Let's see how that AI analyzer is working. Get rid of this guy. Okay, so if I look at my tags, so AI analyzer is still on. Okay. So quality reason. Lead score 150. That's not right. Whoa. All right. So I don't want to waste your guys' time fixing this right now. But what I'll do is I'll fix this AI lead scoring this afternoon in between the classes. So when we look at it next time, it'll be fixed. This lead quality analyzer router. Oh, I see why. Let me unpublish this. There we go. It was doing 2 things at once. Okay. All right, so let me turn this off. Let me send myself through it one more time now that I turn that other thing off. Because it wasn't turning off the AI analyzer tag, and it should have. So I can see if I refresh this, you'll see, oops. You'll see AI analyzer on. So it's doing its thing. I'll go to here. Hey, analyzer's still on. Yeah, analyzer's off. Okay. So it's a bad lead. Let's see. Quality reason. Why is he telling me 150? All right. Well, I'll fix this up. Sorry. Sorry. Are there any questions?
That's fine.
I'll fix it up. Are there any questions about the route we're going? As we do more and more of these, I'll probably do it from scratch, frankly, because I think it's messed up with me having existing GPTs. It usually works pretty good. I'll fix this stuff up. So essentially today we built a bot. We flowed out a bot pretty simply. And then off first visit, CloseBot. Well, this is the, well, we did the dynamic couponing, so that's up here. So we did a DBR with a dynamic coupon. We're not doing the outgoing DBR text message, but you guys all know how that would work. When they come into here, it's gauging their interest. And if it doesn't think they're interested, it's giving them a coupon code for $50 off. And then it's going to ask for their name and email and phone if it doesn't know it, which it should. If it's a database reactivation, then it goes into booking and it goes into thanks. Thanks is the trigger that we're using to set off this workflow here. So with a contact change and the goal to accomplish is thanks, they get all the way to the end, but I'm going to change that real quick. Let's do, I'll do the booking. So that way, when they're done with booking, it'll go through. But if they don't respond to the thanks and they just hang up their phone or leave, it'll still, that analysis will still work. I'll fix this. Then the other thing you wanted to be able to do is you wanted to do follow-up, right? So
Yep.
let's see what this is.
Oh, this is new.
Right. So let's see what it is. So in CloseBot, there's some sort of new feature that will do follow-ups. So I don't, Smart Follow-ups schedules his own follow-ups. So if they say they want to be followed up with, so that's the contact has to ask to be followed up with. I don't want that. Let's see what add follow-up does. Wait count. So this only allows you to wait days, minutes, hours, months, but that's fine. So they booked and you said you want to hit them up in like 3 months for the recurring work, right? So let's try this. So I'm going to wait. Well, to test it, we're going to have to do minutes because we won't be able to wait. So I'm going to wait 2 minutes. Oh, so 5 minutes is the fastest. So I'll do 5 minutes and maybe we'll see how it works. So add the follow-up. Oh, wait. Huh. I wonder what the follow-up is.
It generates it based on the conversation.
You've used this before,
I've
Joey?
used it before, yeah.
Is it pretty good?
It is. The only issue is that like it's exact. So
Right.
like if it's one day and they were texting at midnight, it'll be like midnight the next time. So
Okay. Got it. So good to know. So this is not as robust as making our own. So we'll roll our own here. So we want to wait step. In about 10 minutes. See what we can do. So we want to wait step, and it's going to wait for 3 months. So days would be 90 days, right? So 90 days. So what'll happen, and I'll show you. So this will be the follow-up 90 days. And the way the follow-up is going to have to work is that wait 9 months or wait 90 days. So the only way this will work in here is you're going to need to, we'll do two things. So what we'll do is, real quick, I'm going to duplicate this bot. And I'm going to call it follow-up. All right. And then I'm going to integrate it with 2W pest control. Let me get my OpenAI key in there real quick. Okay. So now the objective here, well, the knowledge base, oh, I got to load up the knowledge base. I forgot to do that in the other one. So let me load up the knowledge base that we uploaded on the original pest control bot. Okay. So now this is our follow-up bot. And it has a different bot ID. So watch. So here's what we're going to do. In CloseBot, in GoHighLevel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this process message step, and we're going to start segmenting out which bot gets called. So I'm going to do an if then, an if else. So I'll say if tag, I do this, if contact details tags includes follow-up, I'm going to add this. So watch. The branch is yes, follow up. What happened? Okay. Yes, follow up. Okay, none. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have 2 webhooks. So basically, if it does not have any tag on it, it's going to go to this webhook, which is the original bot for the reception bot. Okay. If it goes to the follow-up bot, I want to make sure that I have the follow-up bot ID in here. So I'm just going to paste this ID in here, right? So now we're segmenting on a tag, right? So that's easy. So what I'll do is on the AI lead scoring, which is the only workflow we really have, at the end, once it's done scoring, I'm going to put it in the workflow. I'm going to add the workflow, and it's going to go into the follow-up workflow. Okay. So let me send myself through this. Okay. So now the follow-up workflow, 90 days is going to wait. So you'll see me waiting here in a second. But what I want to do is, so I'm going to do this. You need to do the outgoing follow-up on whatever contact method that you did the DBR on, which is going to either be email or text messaging. If you do Messenger, Facebook, Instagram, you can't just text them. You can't just hit them up whenever you want. So let's say this is an SMS. I'll do an email. Let's do an email because I could send it to myself. So it's going to be from the system. It's going to be from me. The subject will be pest control follow-up. Name whatever you want. Then I'll be like, hey, contact, full name. It's been 90 days. Want to schedule a follow-up. Okay. So that's going to be the end thing. And I get that tag on there. Add contact tag, follow-up, right? So what that's going to do, I'm going to refresh this. You're going to see me waiting here. But I'll push myself through it. There's me. So I'm waiting. So let me give it a second here. So I want to send it to which email? I want to send it to oh yeah, it'll be my regular email. Fine. Okay, cool. So now I want to go to CloseBot, and in this 90-day follow-up, I'm going to do the main. I'm going to say, why is the conversation happening? The lead has responded to a 90-day follow-up message to schedule more service. Now, we know that the objectives are almost the same, right? We don't care about interest here, but I always keep name, phone, email, because if it doesn't have it, if it doesn't know, it'll ask them. I'll skip that too. But you also wanted to ask for address. I'll do that too. So the booking here is we'll do the same scheduling calendar. I'm going to change the thanks to follow up. And the reason is in GoHighLevel, when you look at the goals accomplished field, it's slightly busy. And unfortunately, like every bot you have connected shows up here. So it gets messy. So for instance, there's one name, email, phone goals accomplished for 2 different bots. So just be aware that if you're triggering on goals accomplished, what you name your objectives really matters, especially if you want to use it in a different way. So it's going to go straight to booking. Thanks. Cool. Okay, so that's done. Knowledge base, integrate, detect, general. Okay, cool. So now when I send myself, so I need to do this too. So on the step 2, if it's not already on here, on my process message step, just make sure you have email as one of your triggers. So it's going to do that. Cool. So now let's push me through this flow. So I'm going to keep going here. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to do push through. So it's going to go through here. It's going to add the follow-up tag. So now if I look at my email, I should have an email telling me to follow up. Yep. So let's see what happens. I say yes, that would be fantastic. I'm not checking for if they say no thanks. I'll do that later. So they're saying yes, that would be fantastic. So now let's it should have gone through process workflow 2. Right. So if I look at execution logs, 1157, I think that was me. If yes, follow up. So now I should have got an email. I did. So I got an email. That's cool. Great. Let's set up a follow-up service. You have a preferred date. So it's doing its CloseBot thing, right? Right into scheduling. And I'll say any day is fine. It's just going to go back and forth. So I know right now that we are chatting with our follow-up bot. I'll just double check. Yep. So we've got a follow-up bot. We've got a main bot. We've got a follow-up bot. We're sending emails. We're doing lead scoring. Takes a minute, obviously, to go through here. Hopefully it'll show up when it's ready to go. Are there any questions on what we just did today?
No.
It's okay. Cool.
And just
Awesome.
a quick zoom out, Josh, like this same process that you're setting up, like as if you were for a client and also to like show them a demo,
Yep.
you use it for yourself as an agency owner, right? You just like are tweaking everything.
Yeah. So I usually build for myself and I like a technique and I'll give it to the agent, I'll give it to a client. I've also been building stuff for clients and realizing I want to use it in my own agency and just use it. I don't ever like to do exclusive builds for people. Like no one else can use this build. That costs money. If you get a client that says, hey, you're doing this for another guy down the street, you're like, whoa, yeah. I mean, you can ask them to pay an exclusivity fee. So if you're
And
home services, you can say, yeah, you know what, you're exclusive to this these zip codes, for an extra $1,000 a month. I mean, people will pay for exclusivity. So it's scheduling me through email right now, folks. Boring, takes a long time, but CloseBot's doing its magic. It's trying to schedule me conversationally. But any of these techniques, feel free to use them for your own agency because they're good techniques, and for your clients. Do double duty. I mean, and once you start dialing in your snapshots, you'll find it easier just to load the last snapshot you just built for client A to client B, load clients B into client C. That's really the goal here. So learn how to do it and then just repeat the same steps over and try to leverage what you're already doing. So we've come up on 2 hours. We'll continue. Who is going to be here this after at 6 o'clock? Raise your hand if you are going to be here at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I was going to get on for 6.
Okay, so a few of you are on 6. So we'll finish this up a little bit at 6. There's going to be a few new people, so I'm going to start over again with them. Go through the intro and stuff, meet them, and find out what they want. I will play with this today. I'll show you my results. Okay, and then I'll build the snapshot. I can't promise you guys the snapshots right away. I'll either maybe when this class is over, I'll build them, but I'll try to get into you as fast as I can. They'll be in here. Okay. Any other question? Any questions? Any other questions? Paul, let's see, who had a question here? Yeah, Julio.
Regarding the session, so the morning and afternoon are going to be basically the same.
No, the afternoon, if the same people are there in the evening, I may continue a little bit, but the people in the afternoon are going to have different bots they want to build.
Okay, so it's
I
always
try to
better
give
to.
everyone at least an hour and go through their bots, build them, help them out, maybe up to 2 hours depending. But so they'll get their hour, and but it's ad hoc. I don't totally know what's going to happen yet later.
Cool, thank you.
What's the problem, Joey?
No, someone was asking about my support ticket thing that I set up. So I set up
Oh.
like an iframed in form
Oh, cool.
on my sub account. So like after that 30 days, if they, don't like the way it's responding, they can submit a support ticket. It
Great
just goes to
technique.
email. Yeah.
Will you share that tomorrow? Show the class?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, it might be tomorrow. It might be on the afternoon class, but I'll share it whenever makes
Great.
sense.
So any tools that we build for our clients, I mean, no one has these tools yet. So everything you can add your GoHighLevel, it makes it worth somebody say, oh, I'm just gonna get my own GoHighLevel. Go ahead, dude. You don't have any of my snapshots. You've got none of my connections. You can't afford it. I can give you CloseBot, Vapi, and GoHighLevel for the price of just GoHighLevel, right? So we'll get into that. Cool. So if there's no more questions, I will play around with what didn't work 100% properly here, and I'll fix it. And I will see hopefully all of you, some of you, none of you, a few of you later today at 6 p.m. And if I don't see you today at 6, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10. Think about questions you're going to have. Think about things you want me to build. Think about problems you're having in your account. We can, if you want me to look at a bot you've already built, I'll do that too. So if you want to look at your GoHighLevel, I'll flip the screen share, but just remember I am recording everything. So don't share anything you don't want recorded, especially passwords and stuff like that. Okay. So hopefully, any other questions? Cool. So hopefully today was somewhat useful. This is the master class. We're just going to become masters by watching builds, seeing similar techniques, you'll have an access to all these libraries, and it's just, just do it yourself. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I will see you all later. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.